Perhaps that's the part that matters most. And, how do I put this delicately? Why don't you show us your boobs? Right here, right now, a miracle is about to unfold before our eyes. My angel and her partner were moving toward the bed now. And now they're here, at our place. We're sitting at the table, tea, coffee, chocolates, a topless dance. Very intimate, don't you think? And my libido is already breaking free. My sunshine. We're not actually gonna wait for those lunatics, are we? They came to us just like that, almost immediately. I mean, literally right away. About an hour and a half after our call, they were sitting in our kitchen. They would have arrived sooner if they hadn't gotten stuck in traffic. I can't recall if the one who brightens my days had time to wash and dry her hair. Maybe I was the one left greeting our guests while she finished her makeup. I've forgotten. But that's not the point. The point is this. There they were, already sitting at our table. Wine, chocolates, a little small talk. Try to feel the full absurdity of the situation. Step into our here and now. Just a couple of hours ago, they had no idea we existed. Not a clue. And now they're here, at our place. They came over to have sex with us. An hour and a half after a brief phone conversation. Whoa, even I sometimes can't wrap my head around it. How does one even live like this? There they were, already sitting at our table. Wine, chocolates, a little small talk. To be honest, I can't stand these preamble conversations. Let's call things what they are. People come over to yet they talk about nonsense. I always try in my own way to steer the conversation toward the main event. Doesn't always work. Humans, rational beings that they are, still seem oddly resistant, even in this context, among like-minded souls. Though occasionally it's different. Rare, but it happens. When it does, you feel an instant kinship. You just know it's going to work with them. I remember this one couple who came over. They had 3 kids at home, all of them already old enough to know too much. As soon as that couple sat down at the table, they burst out laughing about something. Couldn't stop. Later, between fits of laughter, they managed to explain what was so funny. Turns out it really was. Apparently, before the meetup, she had to, of course, get herself ready. And, how do I put this delicately? Well, let's just say it as it is. She hadn't shaved down there in a few days. So, in a rush, she did a quick shave and left the razor on the bathroom shelf. Didn't rinse the hairs off the blade. Now her hair on her head is pinned straight, but down there, let's just say it curls. A lot. Anyone who saw that razor would put 2 and 2 together immediately. And, like I mentioned, their kids were old enough to understand exactly what was going on. The next day, the entire school would have known that their mom and dad called someone up, drove off to meet them, and mom got herself groomed in the bathroom beforehand. Kids these days are sharp about these things. But as luck would have it, Dad swung by the bathroom right before they left. Crisis averted. All that remained was the humor of it. Stories like that right at the start have a way of resetting the tone. Suddenly the focus shifts exactly where it needs to be. You're no longer looking at the stranger across the table as just a lovely, charming, attractive woman. What else? Warm, genuine? Sure. But now, you're seeing her as this intriguing woman who had tightly curled hair down there, shaved it off earlier today just for you, so you could enjoy the smoothness of her skin, so you could feel her more, and so she could feel all of you. This is why I love swinging. But alright, let's get back to our less than cheerful tale. You'll remember, they've already arrived, sitting with us in the kitchen. Wine in the glasses, snacks limited to chocolates. We're chatting. Well, mostly they're chatting, the 3 of them. I'm observing. A couple of times I tried to steer the conversation toward our topic. No one took the bait. I realized it was better to stay quiet. My ever-graceful partner was holding up the conversation. Someone had to, after all, we are the hosts. I, however, was bold enough to check out entirely. So, I watched. He's around 30, maybe 35. She comes across as slightly older. They're telling us about themselves. Mostly she's doing the talking. Long, detailed stories. Seems like she's afraid of pauses. They're not married, but practically live together. She admits she's very much in love with him. She insists that all of this, the meetups, the lifestyle, is her idea. She says she's not the least bit jealous, that she knows he's not going anywhere. There's a stiffness about her, though. It's noticeable. Her movements are just a touch awkward. Not much, but enough to see it. She's sitting in an odd, uncomfortable position, like she's self-conscious about her body. I start to get bored. At one point, I was about to ask her to show us, but I stopped myself in time, realizing it would embarrass her horribly. Not worth it, no need to push. The conversation goes on and on. I keep watching. She keeps talking. All right, the initiative has to come from the hosts. That is, from us. Which, let's face it, means from me. My infinitely patient partner could keep the polite small talk going forever. She's tactful like that. But I already know this encounter isn't going to be anything thrilling. Still, they spent nearly an hour and a half getting here. My star and I exchange glances. We smile. I excuse myself, get up, and leave the kitchen. I just need to pop half a Viagra. I'm afraid this lady won't be able to awaken my beast, and I don't want to offend anyone. Now, in about 15 minutes, we can invite them to the other room. I return to the kitchen. The conversation hasn't shifted. She's still talking about how he often travels for work, but how she's not worried about him cheating on her. She's confident he loves her too. And, as she puts it, she knows all his weaknesses. He smiles. He says very little. He's somewhat attractive, and you couldn't say he's overly shy. He's presumably just not the type to be a big talker at the dinner table. Or perhaps it's just her that makes him less talkative. All right then, I think it's time. The beginning, it's a delicate matter. Get it wrong, and you risk derailing the entire evening. Some people are fine with a straightforward start. Just hit the play button. Shall we get started, folks? One click, and suddenly naked bouncing, shaved, unshaved, half-shaved, or wildly overgrown crotches are on full display, and eager, ready for anything, are standing at attention. But no, my friends, don't rush. What's the hurry? Let's savor this slowly. Maybe we start with just a casual phrase, tossed out as if by accident. Language is rich like that. A couple of words can shift priorities, bring things into sharper focus. Reality turns to reveal another facet. How? Oh, it's simple. Watch. We're sitting at the table, tea, coffee, chocolates, a bite of cake on a fork. The conversation drifts to safe, neutral topics, a bit of small talk to get acquainted, the beaches of Tunisia, Azerbaijani cuisine. My playful one listens, her gaze thoughtful as she locks eyes with the other woman. A slight nod of her head, and then without breaking eye contact in that same casual tone, "Why don't you show us your b****s?" A flicker, her eyebrows twitch, her eyes widen slightly in surprise. Just a moment of hesitation because we've been so proper, so polite, just now talking about, but only for a second. And then she's in. She's already playing along. She smiles. Yes. Of course. Slowly she rises to her feet and begins unbuttoning her blouse. We watch intently. We say nothing. There's no need to speak right now. Or maybe we're just incapable of it. We only watch, spellbound. Here it is, the here and now. Right here, right now, a miracle is about to unfold before our eyes. A woman who, just moments ago, was rambling about all kinds of nonsense, is about to reveal her body to us. She shows a hint of embarrassment. Maybe it's genuine, maybe it's an act. But does it matter? Or perhaps that's the part that matters most. We watch her. We wait. Her eyes narrow slightly, filled with something electric. Eroticism, challenge, pleasure. She bites her lip, and she does it. One woman might undress completely while the others remain clothed. All attention is on her bare skin. Everyone savors her exposed body. She basks in the gaze and the touch and the awe reflected in their eyes. Does it excite you, sweetheart, to undress like this? And then, when boys and girls you barely know, still fully dressed, kiss you, not on the lips everyone sees, but do you like it when they put their lips on you, my little beast?
Yes, I like that. And I like how you tell them to do it. And I like how you watch them as they do it.
For those two, I suggested starting with a little dancing. Very romantic, really. We were already in the room, soft music playing, dim lighting. The bed was laid out nearby. I danced with her while her companion danced with my lovely one. And then I said we would be observers. I told her I wanted to watch that boy caress my shy one, to watch as they slowly undressed, and then, when they lay down together, I wanted to see that too. My partner and I would keep dancing, watching it all unfold. I asked her if she liked the idea. She said, yes, let's do it. Maybe her answer sounded a little hesitant, maybe something unsettled her, or maybe I just imagined it, and so it seemed we'd begun. My angel's companion was timid. She had to lead him in this dance, but it was beautiful to watch. The one dancing with me, though, couldn't quite relax. My angel and her partner were moving toward the bed now. The one dancing with me, I brushed my lips against her neck. I suggested that we, too, remove something. Very intimate, don't you think? I ran my hand over her chest, feeling through the fabric of her blouse. Not so fast. She pulls away rather abruptly, saying they need a shower. But I can tell it's not about hygiene, nor is it about me for that matter. Her obedient boy is already frozen in place. She takes his hand. We need to freshen up first, and then everything else. That's how we always do it, right? He doesn't protest. He smiles. They close the bathroom door behind them. My sunshine, we're not actually going to wait for those lunatics, are we? Then they finally reappeared. I don't know how much time had passed. We were already undressed, leisurely enjoying each other. I wasn't in a hurry. I never like to rush. But I entered well before those two entered the room. Friends, I'd like to ask you once again to subscribe to my channel. Here I'll be posting each chapter of the book, one after another. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave your comments. Share what you enjoyed, what you'd like to debate. I'm open to discussion and will do my best to reply to every comment. As you understand, within the YouTube format, I can't post the entire content of the book without risking a restriction. I'll have to practice a bit of self-censorship and cut out some explicit parts. But don't worry, I'll include a link to where you can find the full, uncensored version of the book, with nothing edited or bleeped out. Check the links in the channel description. Thanks for watching. See you soon.